Chris Lynch News with Airpark Canterbury. Secure, stress-free parking, just minutes from Christchurch Airport.
Woolworths is opening up about the long and costly journey to develop a supermarket in Halswell. The company first bought the land in 2016 for $23.2 million, but it took over 4 years and more than $3 million to obtain resource consent. The company said the drawn-out process reflects barriers faced by businesses trying to meet the growing needs of communities. Director of Property is Matthew Granger. He's in Christchurch, and Matthew joins me now. Hello, and thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Woolworths first bought this site way back in 2016. Why has it taken nearly a decade to get to this point?
Well, in New Zealand, we have very complex planning laws, unfortunately. So the time that it takes to get planning approval to establish a new supermarket is very protracted. So in this case, it took us over 4 years to get the resource consent, and it cost us over $3 million. So we're supportive of the Commerce Commission's recommendations, which were to free up the planning laws to make it easy to establish supermarkets in New Zealand.
I want to discuss that shortly, but what were the main regulatory obstacles Woolworths faced in trying to get this supermarket off the ground in Halswell?
There was a range of things with any of these applications. There's neighbour issues, infrastructure issues, et cetera, and I guess the point is it's just the system is just so complex now. These kind of delays are not uncommon, unfortunately.
It's an unusual move, I suppose, in some respects, to go public with your concerns about this whole process. Matthew, who is your gripes or your frustrations aimed at? Is it the council? Is it ECAN? Is it the whole process? Who?
We're not singling out any particular party. So what we're really advocating for is change to the system. We believe that the planning system in New Zealand has got overly complex. And the Commerce Commission did a study into the grocery sector, and their number one recommendation was to, I'll read it out, improve the availability of sites for grocery retail stores under planning law. We've been supportive of that recommendation. And hope the government comes through on that.
So looking ahead at the timeline for Halswell, give us some good news, I suppose, the opening for the new store and what locals can expect once it's complete, because shovels are literally in the ground now, aren't they?
That's right. So it's already started. So the first stage was upgrading the intersection on Halswell Road, which is completed now. And then we've partnered with Fletcher Living. The site overall is about 22 hectares. The supermarket's quite a small part of that, and the bulk of the site is consented for residential. And so Fletchers are in there at the moment, putting in all the roads and infrastructure, and then later on this year, we'll take over on our site and start building the supermarket sort of as we come into springtime.
That is some good news. Let's just go back to the Commerce Commission. So what was your reaction to the Commerce Commission's proposal to essentially streamline supermarket development, and what does that look like to you?
Yeah, we're very supportive of that. There's been, in their report, they made some quite detailed recommendations, things like that the positive outcomes of competition should be able to be considered in planning decisions, limiting the discretion available to decision makers to the approval of retail grocery stores and so on. And we've been very supportive of those findings since the Commission published that in 2022.
Okay, so Woolworths first bought this site in 2016. It's nearly a decade. What would be your dream list of things to have fast-tracked this process, as opposed to taking nearly, a decade to get started? If you could have a dream list of things either to cut or to make faster, what would it look like, Matthew?
Well, we think that supermarkets are an essential part of the infrastructure for New Zealand communities. So we'd be supportive of the similar sort of streamlining that other infrastructure providers have when they go for planning approval. So, we saw during COVID how essential supermarkets were for New Zealanders, and through other natural disasters and so on. So, we're really about trying to encourage streamlining of developments for new supermarkets.
Do you think that'll happen now the Commerce Commission has weighed in and said we do need to do something to make things faster?
We're hopeful. The government's reviewing the RMA at the moment and coming up with some new legislation. And as I say, these recommendations have been around for a while, so hopefully they'll take that up.
This is probably out of your scope, but I mean, more supermarkets in Christchurch doesn't necessarily mean cheaper prices, though, does it?
It does mean more competition, which is great for consumers. Ultimately, competition leads to lower prices.
You're on site, well, I hope so. You're on site today having a look around. What do you want to see? What's going to make you go, yep, thank goodness things are moving ahead?
Yeah, well, what we really need is some dry weather because doing it wet weather is difficult. So hopefully we'll get some great weather and we'll get the infrastructure in and get underway.
And Matthew, I know that you're very busy in Christchurch or the greater Christchurch area. It's not just Halswell you're dealing with. You've got other stores on the go as well.
That's right. Yeah, we've recently got resource consent for a new store in the south part of Rolleston and Arbor Green subdivision. So we're looking to start on that soon. And also we've got a planning application in front of the council at the moment for a new development in St Albans on Madras Street.
Now that one's been quite... Yep, go ahead.
So one thing, we're also in the process of expanding our distribution centre in Hornby at the moment as well.
Oh, that's right. You've got so much on. This one in St Albans, that's been a little bit contentious. Are you confident that'll get the green light? I mean, are you able to sort of say what way things are looking, or is it still too early?
It's early days, so we're coming up to a council hearing soon, so we'll see how that goes. But ultimately, we think it's a very strong proposal, so we'd look forward to getting our resource consent and getting it underway.
Matthew Granger, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.